Hello everyone and welcome to another episode of Mythlook with your host Nitin Naik. This has been an amazing journey so far and the support given by you guys has been amazing and really heartwarming to say the least. We've gotten messages from different people from around the world saying how interested they are in the kind of content that we produce, the kind of characters that we cover, and the totally unbiased way in which we look at every single mythology. Now, the unbiased part is what I would like to highlight here today. We look at every character in mythology considering the fact that someone out there has huge respect for it and actually believes that those stories, tales, folklore, myths, whatever name that you want to give them, is actually real. It forms an integral part of their daily life, their belief systems, and we absolutely respect that. The reason we don't go around giving opinions based on what we think is fact and what we think is fiction is purely because of respect that we have for all the mythologies, all the characters, belief systems, traditions, cultural implications, etc. for every single person around the world. In one way, if you look at it, I am not biased, but in some ways I totally am. And the bias that I have is a bit towards Indian mythology. This is because this is the culture and the mythology and the belief system that I was brought up in. Although today I hold a worldview and believe that every single mythology, culture and tradition has their importance. But these stories and characters actually bring back a lot of memories from the time I was a little child sitting on my grandmother's lap, listening to these stories, these amazing stories, religious importance, stories of good and evil, moral compass, development, etc. have been an integral part of me growing up as a child. And so when I talk about Indian mythology, I tend to be a little bit more excited, and this is mainly because of the memories that it jogs. And I would say the additional knowledge that I would have of having grown up in an environment that is very conducive and supportive of Indian mythology. Today's character that we focus on is a very important part of Hindu mythology. This is the character of Rama, or Sri Ramachandra, one of the most iconic symbols of Hindu mythology. Now, Rama is the seventh avatar or incarnation of the supreme god, Lord Vishnu. Now, he's had various adventures throughout his storyline, including the slaying of Ravana, who was the king of Lanka. Lord Rama is considered to be the most pious figure in Hindu mythology and is depicted as a man of purity and devotion. He and his wife Sita were also depicted as pious individuals and probably the best couple out there. This is especially because the husband takes extra care in ensuring that his wife is respected and protected. And the wife Sita, despite all the hardships that she had to go through as a direct consequence of the marriage, Rama decides to stick with him and is a devoted wife and a loyal partner. All these characteristics that actually imbibe virtue, high moral ground, and ethical conduct is something that every world citizen should aspire to, and especially in the modern Hindu religion is looked up to and is used as a technique or an example to really inspire young children to live up to these standards. Rama is worshipped in various parts of India and Southeast Asia. He is most notable in the northern region of India, where he has a huge following, especially since his birthplace, Ayodhya, is in northern India and has recently undergone major changes after a judicial decision deciding to build a massive temple to commemorate the birthplace of Lord Rama. He is also considered to be an avatar of Buddha by some Buddhists, and in art he is usually portrayed with his family, including his brother Lakshmana, Hanuman and Sita by his side. He is also known for wearing a yellow robe and holding a bow and arrow. When we look at the physical traits, Sri Rama is always depicted as young. This is because the avatars of Vishnu don't tend to age. They are born, they live a full happy life and they die, but then they stop aging to showcase the eternalism that the Supreme Being, Lord Vishnu, is known for. He is one of those characters along with Krishna who is known for their darker skin. He often has a bow and arrow in his hands, and this bow has been alongside him since the time he actually won the Swayamvar to marry Sita. He has broad shoulders, a charming countenance, a peaceful look on his face, and piercing and coppery eyes. He is known by people as Ram and has a deep voice and equipped with a dark brown complexion according to various myths. In art, his dark brown complexion is usually depicted with a deep blue color or a deep green color. When we look at his family, he came to the world at the behest of the gods to Lord Vishnu to deal with Ravana, who was a demon king. In many versions of the Ramayana, the story in which Rama, Lakshmana, Sita, Hanuman and Ravana are primary characters, it says that the gods were actually threatened by the growing popularity of Ravana. Now, despite being a demon king, he was a good ruler and was actually respected by his people, and the gods couldn't actually take it. So they requested Lord Vishnu to come down to earth and save the planet from the growing influence of Ravana, who could end up being a very negative influence to the rest of the earth. Pious King Dasharatha was presented with a pot of nectar during a sacrificial fire, and he gave half of it to Kausalya, who produced half-divine Rama as a consequence. Now we say half-divine because once the Supreme Being or the Supreme God takes birth as a mortal on planet Earth, they are considered to be demigods and half-divine because they have half the qualities of the God by maintaining half the qualities of a normal mortal. Rama has three half-brothers, Bharata, Lakshmana and Shatrughna, all with some but albeit lesser divine qualities. Lord Rama has two stepmothers by the names of Sumitra and Kaikeyi. Rama's favorite brother and great companion was Lakshmana, the son of Sumitra. Now Rama is known by many names today, and many of them describing his various qualities. Now most of his names are actually used by parents today to name their children, and you would find very popular ones like Ram, Ramchandra, Ramlala, Rajivnalocha, Janaki Vallabha, Janardhana, Satyavrata, Trivikrama and Raghava among the Indian population today. Rama was the epitome of virtue and believed to always stand on the side of morality and ethical correctness. As a warrior, he was unsurpassed in his time with complete mastery over the bow and arrow. He was also a master strategist and a diplomat and a war strategist. Now, Rama has elements of both Hindu and non-Vishnu powers. He has a bana in his right hand and a dhanush in his left. He is usually shown in a tribhanga pose. If his wife or brother is also involved in the iconography or the depiction in art, in sculpture, etc., the icon of Lakshmana would be placed on the left and Sita on the right. Hanuman is usually shown as being before them or seated below them. Rama has a very important place in Hindu mythology, and there are numerous festivals that are intrinsic to the life of a Hindu that happen every year and is dedicated to Lord Rama. Some of them would be Ram Navami, Diwali, Dasharatha. If we look at the whole influence that Ram has had on the Indian culture and the Indian psyche, it is the fact that life has to go through a lot of trials and turbulences. This is clearly depicted when a prince, Lord Ram, had to go to a forest and has been banished for 14 years for no fault of his own, but still takes it on happily because it is a request of his father and his stepmother, both of whom he held in high regard. After this whole journey of spending life in the forest for 14 years, when almost at the end he gets his wife kidnapped by Ravana, the king of Lanka, he then has to use whatever resources he has at his disposal, including using the help of the Vanara Sena, to literally build a bridge all the way to Lanka, travel over there, use the minimal weaponry that he has at his disposal once again, rescue his wife and bring her back. Now this is a series of trials and series of misfortunes that has happened the most pious of human beings, the most ethical, the person with a very strict moral compass. This is what he had to go through. So when a person looks at his story, they are inspired to believe that things can always get better and life's trials, turbulences, questions, tasks, whatever you want to call them, that are asked to you can be overcome, because Lord Rama, who was the symbol of being the complete man, or the model king, or the epitome of virtue, had to go through it himself. So this is actually an inspiration to many people, and they believe that as long as they do the right thing, good will continue to happen to them. And even if something bad happens, they have the power within them, and the strength within them, to really surpass them without much trouble. Now this is the kind of characters that we really look forward to and really want to bring out to the world, so that everyone can get inspiration from these characters. So thank you very much for tuning in to another episode of Mythology. This is your host Nitin Nair, reminding you that this is the home of mythology.